Is that right? So we were sitting here in the year 2014 and our newest ambulance was 6 years old. We had no money. There was no money in the ambulance service to buy one. The county loaned the ambulance service the money to buy one. And I get what you're all saying, I hear all that, but you gotta be from our side too. So the county loaned the money. We bought a few other things that we could redo to try to improve the ambulance service. A year ago, we changed the way we do our billing. Our billing has improved. Last year, I think the ambulance service was, well, that was a little contorted, but I mean, at the absolute end, and I think you'll agree with me, it was a little bit, there was a few issues, wasn't the ambulance, it was just, it was an issue with the state of Illinois.
Well, last year what happened is we went to a billing service, and we did much better with this billing service than what we were doing in-house billing, there's no doubt about it. In any event, we were much better off at the end of last year than we've been for a number of years. We were aware of this for about 4 years. We were running about 50,000 behind a year. And I mean, myself, I said, you know, we need to do something. We're pretty tight on money, to be honest with you. We P-TEL, we just can't go out and grab money. But my opinion always was that what we needed to do was we needed to take a look, just like I hope this committee does. Take a look at this ambulance service. There's other alternatives. There's lots to look at here. Lots to look at. And so, you know, the idea is to have the best service for the least cost. I mean, that's what our goal should be here. And service is first. I mean, it should really be first. But what I thought is that in reality, what we should do is we commissioners should take a hard look at this, and I thought way back then we should actually form a committee. I thought we should have did that right up front, to be honest with you, because just like here, man, you take all these guys, there's a lot of brains here, and they can come up with a lot more stuff than these three characters can, you know. So you know, the more people who have an interest in it and have experience with things like this, the better off we would all be. So I said what we need to do is first try to fix our ambulance service, make it efficient, and certainly keep the service there. You know, keep as much service as we can with the subsidies we have. If that doesn't work out, then my second choice would be to come to you taxpayers and say, hey, we're not making it. We can't take subsidy from other departments and subsidize it. So hey, taxpayers, do you want to put more money in the pot to keep your ambulance service? That would be my second choice. And my third choice would be, if you said no, that we hire it out, we sell it out, not sell it out, or we go a different methodology.
Something in between. And we're just trying to start somewhere.
No, I get it. So if I can paraphrase what I think I heard, the ambulance district has either been close or losing approximately $50,000 a year for the past few years.
I'd say minimal.
Well, it depends how you look at it. Now you can make numbers do whatever you want. It's really
They
easy.
can dance however.
Like I think as far as what we can even do tonight, but how does this tie into a hospital in Monroe County? I haven't really heard much about that. You know, in Monroe County.
I think, I don't necessarily know it has a total direct tie, but I mean, I think, you know, we're looking for opportunities to continue to expand our business. And, you know, this is, obviously it's a healthcare service line. It's something that, as Chuck said, we do offer. And we're just here as, you know, an opportunity to assist and help. I mean, I think in the long run, you know, this is one of the fastest growing counties in the state of Illinois. It always has been. It's very attractive to a lot of people. You know, it's very attractive, you know, to us as an organization, you know, places to expand and services to do. So, you know, I think some of the logical steps, we have a lot of outpatient services currently in the county. And, you know, I think some of the logical steps as it continues to grow would be looking for other healthcare services to add.
But would that depend on having the ambulance service or not?
I don't think that that's you know,
I mean, I know you
I
probably
have
can't answer
to, and I
that.
have to thing, yeah. Like I said, we came here tonight because it is something that we do, it's something that we could offer to you all, to help and maybe ease the burden, the tax burden of the residents.
We are very much part of the community. I mean, I am absolutely part of the community. I live in that, that's my ambulance service that's affiliated with the hospital. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, there's no separation. We don't pull out of the community just because it's a private company at all.
Let me ask you a question, and this is probably gonna sound foolish, but your employees live in this county, right? You guys all mentioned that you live in this county, right? And so, if your family member would need an ambulance, these guys would come,
Yeah.
right? So if you have ways, other than because of the economies of scale that you're a hospital, that you could recommend to help them out, wouldn't you do that anyway?
Like I said, I'd be willing to share what information.
Well, I'm just saying, I
Many of them are economies.
mean, and if it is economies of scale, I get it. You can buy drugs cheaper than they can buy drugs because you're buying 10 units and they're buying 1,000 units.
We purchased through
They purchased
Memorial
through-
Hospital. We already purchased through a discounted supply.
Okay, well, they're a hospital, they probably got some economies, right?
Well, we get ours through Belleville Memorial Hospital.
Oh, well, okay, maybe they wants to
I have a
handle
question
it.
for Shane. You guys obviously think you could do something profitable with this, obviously. Otherwise, you're not looking at buying it, getting involved in it. I shouldn't say buy it, getting involved in it. I don't know if you'd be willing to share it or not with the group or with us. What areas do you think you can improve this on or get better at? What can you do better than what they can do? You gotta sell me on this. You gotta convince me that me sitting up here making a recommendation to these three gentlemen that says, I want you guys, your service, to take care of my wife. Because I know what I'm getting here. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I know what I'm getting here. So work with me here, convince me.
I think, like I said, from the standpoint of information, that we review, there's opportunities, by all means. I think, things that we do offer, just in regards to, we do get, because of our size, purchasing contracts for supplies, things like that, significant cost of drugs, et cetera. Those are things that I know we can bring to the table. I think operationalizing the billing and improving that can be improved even more than it already has been. Those are the things that we're looking at. We don't want, anything to do with the people part. That stays as is. But it's all in the other areas.
So you say that people are staying as is. So every EMT will continue to have their job?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes.
At the same, is their wage structure different than yours?
No, sir. No.
No, they're on the same. So if, for example, Jason, I'm not picking on you because you were just here. Jason makes $20 an hour. He stays at $20 an hour.
Absolutely.
With IMRF?
Yeah.
With IMRF.
That's it, right there.
Is it IMRF?
IMRF is their retirement program.
Yeah.
So you guys have IMRF?
They have to be municipal employees to get the,
Staffing wise, so you would leave 2 ambulances here, 3 ambulances?
We run the 2 crews.
You'd run the 2 crews?
Correct.
So,
Okay, lady and gentlemen, next steps. What would you like?
Well, I don't think we can do what they're asking, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
To just forget about this overnight. We have to look into some things. I mean, there's just too much to look at to just say, well, we don't want to do this and that's it.
What items would you like to take a look at? I would assume a budget.
Some budget issues and maybe some legal issues. If the voters voted for this 40 years ago, we can't just change that overnight. We have to look at some things.
I just want to get a sense for what materials you would like to have to help us make a recommendation to the county board on what I believe is how do you address a $50,000 deficit as compared to should you go with somebody different, right? I mean, that
Well, and
to
we'll
me
have,
seems to be the
and we'll
question.
gotta find out exactly what the deficits have been too. And we can get the last 3-4 years or so budgets, and then that'll kind of give you some of the ideas. I mean, you just gotta get kind of a flavor for what's been going on, you know, and,
Annual.
Yeah, that's.
What's ballpark annual budget for the ambulance district? I mean, you don't have to give me an
It
exact.
bumps a million.
1,300,000 maybe?
About $1.3 million?
I'm thinking 1,300,000.
1.3 billion.
So out of the 1,300,000, you know, roughly 300,000 of it is tax money, and the other $1 million comes from pickups, ambulance services, and et cetera.
Another thing too is if we were paid for every call that we made, we would have money, we would not know what to do with. What's happened a little bit, what's got us here is, our costs certainly went up. I mean, everybody's costs
Everybody's
went up,
costs.
okay? But what's happened is with Medicare and Medicaid payments, they have actually gone down and they don't pay full cost at all. You know, we're looking at maybe, $1,100 call and getting $500 or $600 on Medicare, you know, so that's.
you're losing every time.
That's some of our issues also.
Let me ask this question, and then, because I want the committee to ask whatever questions they want to too, and then also talk about what other information. But since you guys are the commissioners and that's how we got to this point, if the ambulance district was flush, or it was profitable, you know, by $1, would this whole discussion go away?
Well, yeah. Okay, if we can we want to maintain good service. I mean, we
No,
can
I
make
get
that, we can make.
that.
the
That's
budget.
what I'm asking, you know, I mean, I kind of like to know, because if it's just if it's a dollar thing, then you look at budgets. If it's something else, then you gotta look at something else.
If it's an opportunity to improve an area, we will do it.
Is any of the financial deficit a responsibility or a result of the state not paying its bills?
No, I could answer that two ways. I could say they don't pay enough on Medicaid and Medicare to keep us going, but they pay what they say they're gonna pay.
Okay,
Now, that could be a problem.
That could be
right,
done.
yeah, that could be, but that would be true, yeah, I get it.
Since you've gone to this billing service, which my understanding is they get 7% of 5% of what they collect.
It's been a good
Are you
decision.
seeing an increase
Yeah.
in your revenue?
Yeah.
Since you've gone net revenue,
Yeah.
okay.
That's how.
You have seen an increase.
The first year,
Okay, so from the committee standpoint, we know we need a budget. Well, what I heard was a deficit and then possibly better service, right?
The service is good.
Yeah, but I mean, you said if there was a way to improve service.
Well, they came a long ways in a year, really, compared to where they were at. It was,
In the budget.
Right,
Service
yeah.
has always been good.
Yeah,
Okay.
service has always
All
been
right,
good.
so there isn't like a whole large number of complaints sitting somewhere.
Oh, service is, I'm not complaining, the service and quality is.
Well, that's why I was just asking, it's a budget issue, it's a money thing, right? We're down to a money thing, okay. What other stuff would you wanna see?
No, I had just said that I almost think we need a budget for the last 5 years would be ideal. Because then we would see that
Yeah, you
trend.
do need to see the trend. You need to see the whole thing. You do.
And then you see how it changed too in 1 year.
Is there anything else that needs to be brought up tonight? All right, we're a little bit past 9. I appreciate everybody's willingness to be here and be civil, and I appreciate you guys being here. You're part of the community as well. We'll get through this, okay? No hard feelings. All right? All right with you? Motion to adjourn. Is there a second? All in favor?